starting off from the news calendar. I skipped Monday trading. I was on my chart and I did that on purpose actually. So we're gonna be we're looking at Tuesday. On Tuesday we have news by 10 a.m. New York session. So I'll be looking to trade during New York and probably NY. I mean and probably London. On Wednesday I'm gonna be looking to take a trade during London and as well New York. But the focus will be on New York as we have several high impact news there. We have an high impact news by 8:15, 8:30, and as well 10 a.m. On Thursday should be a no trading day because of NFP and bank holiday the next day, GBP bank holiday and Euro bank holiday as well. And we also have USD NFP delivery. So the focus is on the first half of the week, and on Thursday, might I might take a position. I might open a position on Thursday, depending on the market conditions and all. So without any other thing, I'll be going straight into my chart. Starting off from the monthly, we can see March being heavily bullish. We cleared out the my target area I had on here. This was where I wanted to see price take out first. This was my first buy side liquidity. If you've been following the weekly intentions, you know that. And so we took that out we took that out yesterday with a little expansion on Monday. So right now the my draw on liquidity remains the monthly fair value gap where I'm looking at the high of the fair value gap as target. 101.977 should be my target. On the weekly, I already have my chart annotated, so it's just gonna be a brief one. On the weekly, you can see price expanding higher. Ever since we've been on a clear bullish trend, I want to see price continuously going higher, and this is the high um I have as my draw. This high here. Aside that, there's nothing I can look at. If we are to have a retracement from the weekly time frame, all I can see is price probably going, and this is way too deep. But price still coming to this area and heading back up. So this is what I'm seeing from the weekly. Then if I should drop down to the daily, on the daily, w- last week displacement towards the buy side liquidity, we created a couple of fair value gap, daily fair value gaps which you could utilize for higher prices. And Monday closure as well came in with one. So this is one end of the area we can see price react from bullishly. Yeah, and we can also see that happening from the daily fair value gap here down here. So the weekly is pointing bullish, the monthly is pointing bullish, and the daily is pointing bullish as well. I wouldn't be going down to the 4 hours and 1 hour because I will be sending a direct message to the daily hypo and on what I'm expecting for tomorrow. So this is just from a somewhat macro perspective on where I want to see the dollar trade to and how I'll be positioning myself to take a trade. If I go down to Euro, let me go to 3 months. I had all the annotations marked out, so I just wanted to be a very brief video when your attention wouldn't be divided when seeing it. Okay. Let me put you um, okay. From the 3 months perspective, the quarterly perspective, the 3 months chart. On the 3 month chart here, we have this unmitigated 3 months fair value gap where we can see the price currently trading about to take out those low. So I want to see price deep into here and probably we hit the consequent encroachment of these 3 months fair value gap, which should be the midpoint of it. So this is what I'm expecting. It's after clearing it, my first target is the 1.13917 level on EU. Then second target are the consequent encroachment, which is the 1.11724. That's for seeing higher prices. So I want to see these two positions get taken out before I see anything. On GU, my target is just on the previous 3 months low and the 1.3010 this low here as the target for lower prices on DXY, and final target we could have some sort of SMT inside with this unmitigated fair value gap for seeing higher prices. Again, that's just if um, that's not something that I'm expecting to happen 1 month, 2 months. It's somewhat a long term. Although we can just have a heavy displacement and price just play it out. But for now, that's it. Heading down to the 3 months on both charts, we on the monthly on both charts, as we can see, we are not anywhere respecting the monthly fair value gap I highlighted. I wanted to see higher prices, and we are pushing the last day of. This is the last day of the month, so with a closure like this, I will be looking at this monthly imbalance as an inversion gap for support level lower. So if you close this, if you close like this, I will want to see price trade back using this level as an area of resistance for lower prices. My target still remains the same, 1.30102 as my target. On EU, the target still remains the same. First of all, the first target at 1.13917, and final target at the 1.11724 level, which is the consequent encroachment of the 3 months fair value gap. And we still have this monthly imbalance here, where after, if we take out this level, I can still see for still heavily bearish. We could see a retracement down to this and possibly this one as well, because this is the monthly BPR out here. Again, this is long term, not short term. How I'm picturing it, it could, but for now, I'm heavily bearish on currency pairs on both GU and EU. If we go down to the weekly, on the weekly, it's still bearish or out here. We printed the weekly fair value gap, which I doubt price will be coming to take a tag on it before going lower. But if we do see some sort of retracement from the weekly perspective, I want to see price tap into this weekly fair value gap and have a huge drop. We have this relatively core highs here, flat body here, so it's not out of equation if we see that. Let me highlight it now. So flat body high on here. So we could get when having this retracement, I can't see price. If I see price coming up, I'll be looking at this as one of my targets area, while this is my own target area again for EU. If we should go down to the daily time frame, on the daily, we have a couple of areas we could work with for lower prices. We have those daily imbalance here on EU1, and we still have another currently forming. No, we don't have another apparently. We have just this one. So what I want to see is price trade back into here if given the chance. And this will be perfect. And on GU as well, I want to see price as well trade back into the new printed daily fair value gap. From there we start trading lower. So that will be all. I won't be going down to the 4 hours on either pairs also. I'm focused on in the macro perspective and how we position myself, like I said. So heading into BTC and Ethereum. Sorry. Heading into BTC and Ethereum from a 3 month perspective, we are currently trading inside this already mitigated 3 months fair value gap, and it seems we'll be closing it out. If we should close that out, my next target will be the 49,577 low and the 1382 low on Ethereum. We have, if I should go down to the monthly, if you should if we should go down to the monthly, on the monthly time frame, we have this unmitigated bearish monthly fair value gap on both asset classes, where we could look to see some retracement into that alongside using the area of 3 months imbalance, which will be done, which is we invest by the closure of the 3 months candle, and from there I want to see lower prices. So using that area alongside this will be ideal to see lower prices towards this low. On ETH, I want to see the same thing, a drop. Although on ETH, I wouldn't ignore the fact that we're still heavily respecting the monthly fair value gap, on which I highlighted probably to see, which I highlighted we could see some sort of displacement from higher. So I will just want from here, I want to see price head back here, then drop. If I should go down to the weekly, on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly fair value gap, which the external range liquidity is still intact. We're currently trading into that. So my first target from the weekly perspective will be this, the low of February, which is the 59,930 low, and on Ethereum it would be the 1741 low. So from I'm just simply expecting a little bit of push lower from here. No need to see higher prices, but if we do get an higher prices, I'll say we're getting a pump and dump kind of thematics on this. So that for crypto, that's all. I won't be going down to the daily as well. I think from the macro perspective, we should be able to just look at things from there. I'm not looking to drop anything right now. We're still heavily bearish right now. Until I see some sort of change in state of delivery, I will be looking to add more positions on my crypto holdings on Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So if we head down to gold and silver right now, currently I'm going to be working with the range of the previous 3 months, the high and the low, where we can either see both sides taken out. If I should go down to the monthly, we are currently trading inside a monthly fair value gap. I don't bring that out. We're currently trading inside a monthly fair value gap where the external range liquidity is still intact. We can from here simply just expand higher, clearing out the five, creating a new all-time high on gold, and we can as well expand higher, creating a new all-time high on silver as well. If we go down to the weekly perspective, we currently created a weekly imbalance, and it's looking very weak. We have this weakest candle, seems it's just clearing out liquidity. So from my perspective, I want to see how price close out the weekly imbalance for proper assessment on how we're going to be pushing the market. So the closure of the weekly imbalance will allow me to use that as an area of support for higher prices. And on silver, it seems I want to see some sort of sweep again. We'll come in to the weekly imbalance and sweep before going up. So this is what I'm projecting on silver and gold as well. I wouldn't be going down to the micros because I'm just heavily focused on macro perspective of where I'm expecting price to go on each asset classes for today's. We still have some area of support, some area of resistance we could use to see lower prices on silver and gold inside the weekly imbalance. Let me just put that out. We have this area, little area here to see lower prices. We still have this see lower prices. Looking on how we close them out, I will be reacting off of that. But for now, I want to see a little bit of pump before the dump. So I'm gonna probably get what I'm expecting is we have this trade back into this imbalance here and probably come down. But I don't think um gold will be taking out this low. I think we should just have a retracement to this point here, then from there expand higher. Either way, thank you for staying till the end of the video. Do have a great trading week yourself, and I'll see you all in the next series. Thank you so much for watching.